Yes. Yes. And if you look at the, what was the question? If one preferred customer orders 2 of a product, do you get 2 preferred bonuses? Yes, and there is in your back office under, it's the shortcut PDF that shows your product price list, which might be what it's called. It'll show on the far right side, I believe, or on the bottom corner, I think they show all the bonuses of what you get. Like on Slim, it's 18, no, 15, 3 accelerators, right? When you do an accelerator Slim combo for preferred customer, you get an $18 bonus. So that's 2 products, and broken down at 15 and 3. Looks like an e-wallet. Sonia, you use e-wallet. I'll have
No, I haven't used it in a while, but what was the question?
It's when an ambassador transfers money to another ambassador and it shows as a credit, is there a way to transfer that back out to other ambassadors and customers? A credit on the e-wallet? Who asked this question? On the e-wallet. So you're talking about e-wallet. Okay.
I don't think you can not go to your credit and send it back. You would just have to say, okay, I want to send $50 to that ambassador for my next paycheck. Yeah.
But if you have a credit,
give a credit though. If say she's giving you a credit, I think the only way for you to use that is when you get ready to purchase something, you do the drop down menu, it'll show your credit. That you can't take that.
Right, that particular credit. Had a potential customer ask about DMAA. Is it in Plexus? Articles I read seem to say limited amounts is all right. Okay, no, it's not in any of our current products. DMAA. It's not in any of our products. So that answers that.
Pulled by the FDA.
Yes. There are still companies that possibly have weight loss products that have DMAA in it, but I promise you, once they're on the radar, they're going to be pulled from the FDA because of June. Yeah. Yep. Did we have any more questions? Is that it?
Was there any questions? Was that D?
Here
comes the question.
Was that DEMA?
DMAA.
You know, you're going to get stuff like that all the time. I have people who send me copy-paste an article off the internet, so that means it's real legit, right? And that means they know who wrote it, right? You know, it's like going to a dentist with no teeth. That's what I like to say to people. Would you go to a dentist with no teeth? You don't know who wrote the article. People are paid to write bad things. People are angry ambassadors. People who quit, people who get suspended, people hurt, people do mean things.
Well, and we are now, with the recognition we're getting in third-party magazines, number 8, we are the darling of the network marketing industry. You know, I think I started to say maybe in my comp plan that Alfred, the one behind the points and how well we're paid, that is going to be the copycat model. Like he said, we will be known eventually in the network marketing world as when people copy our comp plan, it'll be called the Plexus comp plan. Because people realize when you only are paying, you know, a little amount of money to the bulk of people here doing the work and all the top people are getting ridiculous money, people don't stay. Because again, why do we leave network marketing? We're not making money. So they realize that, you know, when you make money off the bat, you're much more likely to see it's real, it can happen, it can grow. And so we are a threat to many startups. A lot of people have weight loss products, probiotics, etc., but they don't have our products, which clearly work. And I don't believe any of them have a 60-day money-back guarantee, and they don't have the accolades that Plexus has. So the more and more we get bigger, there will be write-ups, and there will be, you know, and this is what, you know, we're going to talk a lot about in our training, is just believing and choosing to spend your time wisely once you have that belief and passion for your business, to not engage in all the articles or the groups on Facebook. That there are some horrific groups out there who love Plexus. And you know what? A lot of them who are leaving, possibly to go to the latest and greatest startup, some of them have already come back. So we just have to put our blinders on, and we just have to believe and and not engage, rise above the noise, and focus. But the whole, DMA, we're going to get stuff all the time. I've heard somebody went to the hospital. Really, after all these testimonies, I don't think our side effect is death. Where was that person?
Well, and too, you have to think about this, the larger we get, well, I don't think I need that. The larger we get, here's the thing, the larger we get, let's say Dina, let's just use you as an example, you might have been a candidate to say have a stroke. And you were going to have a stroke anyway, and you started Plexus a week before, and oh my goodness, you had a stroke. You see, did Plexus cause a stroke? She was probably going to have one anyway. It was a coincidence. The larger we get, the more of that we're going to have. So you can't let a lot of that stuff scare you, detour you. You have to remember what you heard today and know that there's always exceptions to everything. There's coincidences. You just don't know the whole story. You don't know what people are eating. Plexus didn't work for me. I even gained weight. Okay, let's talk about your diet. Let's talk about your medicine. Let's talk about your water intake. I mean, are you eating after 5 carbs? It's a whole other, How many guests stayed today? How many guests are in the room staying? Okay, a few? Okay. Well, I'm going to be real, so you're going to hear me.
Tough love. Anyone else have a question?
Just how do you keep your team motivated?
Okay, we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
You want to start
And then there was another one. I promise I will address that if
That's
I don't know about me at the end of training. Yes.
I have a question. Just on the sign that you have out there in the foyer with the balloons, there are 2 things on that I understood differently. So please correct me. One thing is it says 100% all natural. I thought I just read something that said we no longer claim that everything is all natural.
It's the most natural. Correct.
Okay, because that says all natural. I thought that we were just told we can't use that word anymore. Is that true or not?
We are not. So,
Just probably a mayor that hasn't changed it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it also said no thermogenic properties, and I thought that actually was in the description of booths.
It is. So again, probably was out before the booth, because the booths are red.
That's why I figured I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a great question. Yeah. And anytime you have any of those, like the e-wallet, customer service. You can always ask compliance. Compliance at plexusworldwide.com.
What's the longest that that's taken someone to get rid of candida when they're on the pill dose?
There are people who, it's 10 days.
10 months.
10 months? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it just depends. I have an ambassador in Vegas who takes 5 ProBio 5, and she's still fighting to die off. And I think she's been on now for like maybe a year, but she was sick for 15 years. Like truly sick. So it's, it's worth it.
Oh, yeah.
And again, like I know she's not feeding it, but that goes back to you have to also take into consideration that people are still eating a high sugar diet, drinking alcohol every day, etc. That it could be a vicious cycle. There might not be enough ProBio 5 depending on their diet to ever truly kill it off.
I just want to actually, not a question, but kind of make a statement about that. The ProBio 5, I laughed when I first read the bottle, when I first started going, until desired results. What are the desired results? I had no idea. And so I was on the 4 a night, and then I finally went down to 2, just thinking, oh, I've been on this long enough. And I had stopped all the cravings, like I have control, and I went down to 2, and within 3 days, I found myself wanting to eat that junk. So I went back up to 3, and it went away again. So for me, for people who are saying, well, how do you know when you don't need it anymore? Well,
When your symptoms come back.
right. So whatever you have been freed from, if those things come back, then go back up to your kill dose.
Right. I mean, dosage is huge. Like when we were talking about the loading dose for the BioCleanse, and then the wart story, I'm taking 2 a day, it's not working.
Yeah.
2 more made all the difference. And that was such an emotional story. We ran a 5K together. He used to have the cluster warts so bad on his ankles that he couldn't wear shoes without being in massive pain. And within a month, like 2 weeks, the hands were gone. a month, the feet, all the cluster ones were gone. And we ran it 5K. I mean, here's this handsome 17-year-old boy who was like emotional, like, I'm gonna run, and the girls think I'm cute again. Just 2 more. And how many people stop or quit, you know, because they're not experimenting. I mean, sometimes we have to be our own doctor, really, you know, to figure out exactly what, you know, like when I travel, I can up my BioCleanse for obvious reasons. You know, I have to think about that kind of stuff, so. Jose?
This is not a question, but it's something that I've observed since being with the company, and this is, it happened today again. I have to tell this real quick. A credit card was lost. It was found by somebody and returned. May not seem relative to most people, but this company, I went to the convention, 9,000 ambassadors. In that 9,000 ambassadors, I probably never met as many good folk, Christian folk, however you want to claim it, but I think it's relative to what is the success of Plexus, because there are blessings when good folk are getting together and doing something that our company has stood on, being in complete integrity, being responsible, and being reliable. And those things stand for Plexus, and I am so proud to say that about Plexus worldwide.
No, that's scary to tell us what happens.
Okay, one more question and I'll start.
Quite a long time picking with new customers what to put them on. They tell me a gamut of products, and you know, you always first or probiotic cleanse because you know you try not to overwhelm them too much. Is there certain rules that y'all try to follow, like get them on slim, get them down, or is it?
Slim for sure.
You know, junk or
Yep, slim for sure. It just depends on their budget and, you know, really what their issues are, you know, by you being, and that's a great question because it's why Dave Brown and his partner, when they developed Slim, why they sold it to a network marketing company. Because they didn't want it to be another product on the shelf at Walmart. Why our products are, you know, it's so important as ambassadors that, you know, whoever said that a product is a product, you know, we have to be, take as many products as possible that are, you know, relevant to your issue. I mean, obviously you don't need the nerve support, whatever. And really get to know you. And those kind of things happen the longer you're in, the more, you know, you have experience with your customer. But I think a great place to start would be the Slim and the ProBio. Almost everybody has Candida. I don't know about you guys, but when they take the spit test, I mean, 90% of them come back and say my spit was ugly. And then if they can afford, of course, the BioCleanse, you know, those three really, you know, are important. Now, if there's a massive pain issue, then like the Slim and the Fast Relief. But like, you know, Sonia saw relief from the Slim for her fibromyalgia before she ever, the Fast Relief wasn't even out when we joined. That didn't come out until like middle of November, yeah, and we joined in September. So that she was already a happy camper, but then like she had the fatty knots on her thighs, so the cream really helped with that. So really just being very in tune with their needs, and I never try to oversell because I want to build that trust. You know, I'd rather add as they go and see like one effect from the product. And then if they start on, you know, let's say they start on the ProBio 5 and the Slim, and then after like 2 months they add the BioCleanse, they really see a difference. And, you know, sometimes that works so it's not too much at one time. It really just depends if they're on a lot of medications. That's such a tough one because they, you know, whoever said they took that leap of faith and got on all their medications, not everybody's willing to do that. But I do know the ones that do have the most success. I mean, I have a customer south of town that she's second go around, she tried, she's just not having success, but she's not willing to reduce her medication. And I believe it's thyroid, it's steroids, allergy medications, those are the ones that, and possibly even antidepressants that can, like, not, that the Slim doesn't work, it works against sometimes. So, but that's such a tricky thing because we're not doctors, and I always just say, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I can only tell you, what my neighbor Carrie